Bam. My peoples. My peoples. Y'all already know what this is, man. Another episode of Boxing for Breakfast, where you get your healthy dosage of sweet science early in the morning. Yo, big fight weekend. Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios is the headliner. What a fight, man. We've been talking about it for days, weeks, in fact. Maybe, man, has it been months? I know we've been talking about it since they announced that fight. Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios. It's intriguing. We want to know how it's going to play out. Can the old man turn back the hands of time? Or is the young, hungry lion going to eat him up? The Mexican G, buenos dias. Saludos de California. Ooh, California's in the building. My brother, salute. Bam. So it's gonna be very interesting to see how that fight plays out, because Manny Pacquiao has proved many of us wrong at different times where we thought he was gonna lose, and that's not exactly what happened, right? The Mexican G. I think Pacquiao fans are gonna be extremely disappointed tonight. Damn, extremely disappointed. So you think he's getting washed? Is that what you're suggesting over here? Let me know. Let me find out you're suggesting Manny Pacquiao getting washed. I don't know, man. I don't think Manny Pacquiao ever been washed. He got knocked out by Marquez, but we gotta understand that that was a real competitive fight, and he ate a big shot. Got caught. Got. Victor J. These shows you make are funny, but isn't beating Canelo up. Oh man, you wildin'. Look, Victor J. I've been trying to tell you what's gonna happen. You don't want to accept it. When it goes down to it, your feelings are gonna be hurt, my guy. I'm just trying to tell you how it's gonna go down. I'm just keeping it 100, bro. That's really what I'm doing. Look, my peoples. Look, my peoples. Terrence Crawford is gonna put the beats on Canelo, and that's all there's to it. So just leave it alone, bro, and wait till it happens. And let me explain to you something. Think about this, Victor J. The sooner you accept that Crawford is gonna whoop Canelo, the less painful it's gonna be for you. Because now when it happens, you're like, yeah, Jay Smith told me Bo was gonna put the beats on Canelo. I saw it coming, I knew it. And it's not gonna be as painful to deal with. But if you sit there having faith, acting like Canelo's gonna win, and talking all confident, oh yeah, Canelo got this, your feelings is gonna be hurt, bro. Your feelings is gonna be hurt when Bud put the beats on him. Just remember, look. This is what I'm gonna tell you. I just want you to remember the pain that you felt when Crawford put the beats on Errol. Remember that feeling that you had. Like you were so confident. You've been talking for months about how Errol was so big and he was going to knock Crawford out. And then when you watch Crawford give him that beating, you almost felt like he was giving it to you. So now, when you see Bud putting all type of hands on Canelo like you never seen before, you're going to feel those punches, Victor J, like they landed on you. That's how tough it's going to be to digest that type of loss. Because Crawford is not just going to beat Canelo. You got to remember, Dimitri Bivol and Floyd Mayweather, I said it before, that was more of a schooling. They schooled them, sunned them. But Terrence Crawford's going to put the beats on him. Dre, Swiss, and Apple. All types of beats. And you're going to see it on September 13th. So, I'm telling you, you're going to feel like all those punches are landing on you. That's the type of pain. Just go back. I don't want to give you flashbacks, but just try to think about that feeling you had as you was watching Errol get pummeled. You're gonna have that feeling once again, bro. Real talk, you're gonna feel it. You know? But if you just say to yourself, you know what? I'ma accept the reality. I'ma accept it. When it happens, it's not gonna be as painful. Because now you already say, yeah, I accept it. I came to terms with the fact that Bud's gonna put the beats on him. See what I'm saying? Victor J. Bud loses to Boots at 154. Oh my God! Now he's looking for places where Bud loses. Like, stop! What are you talking about? Victor J. Spence is no Canelo. You're right. Canelo got less footwork than Spence. He's gonna be easier to hit. You're right. The Mexican G. Where you getting off topic? We're talking about Mario Barrios getting charged with elderly abuse tonight. Yo, look, bro. We said that about Keith Thurman. We said Keith Thurman was abusing, and y'all saw how that played out. So don't get it twisted. My peoples, Punchlines debuted yesterday. Some of you may have seen it already. Some of you maybe not. But I want to show you guys a clip so you have an idea what Punchlines is about. And of course, who's my co-host. So let me show you a quick clip. And then we're going to be keep talking about the whole situation with Manny Pacquiao, Barrios, and the whole card. So let me show you this clip real quick, guys. Check it out. Camera around. This is from the first episode of Punch Drunk. But yo, enjoy yourself some punchlines, my peoples. Without further ado, who is the punchlines co-host? Here you go, my peoples. I'm not gonna introduce him. He's gonna introduce himself.
Mm-hmm. Y'all already know who back. Y'all already know. It's Mr. KO in the building. Come on now. Let's start this intro, y'all. So yeah, I'm the co-host, Mr. KO. It's nice to meet y'all, chat. You know, good to be here. Hey, we're working our way up top. Been training under the lights for a while until we warm up good enough to go USA Boxing, go to the amateurs and take this. Always knowledgeable about the sport. You know, this is what we love. This is what we here to do. You know, it's Boxing Center with Jay and Just. You already know how we coming, man. So let's get this show on the road. I'm glad y'all here. And, you know, more or less, let's get to it.
Like I was saying earlier, before Mr. KO jumped in the building, in this show, we're going to be debating about a lot of different topics. It's going to be real creative. It's going to be something that you guys will enjoy. And you see what you got right here. You got the new school and the old school.
Old school. Yep.
We cooking, man.
Cooking. Yeah, look, cooking.
Mr. KO, are you ready for that smoke? The very first segment for Punchlines is Pick'em. Now, what is Pick'em about? Simple. It's gonna be two fighters. Mr. KO and myself are gonna pick one, and we're gonna debate why that fighter is better or why he's gonna win that matchup. But yo, enjoy yourself some punchlines, my peoples. Without further ado, there you have it, my peoples. That was a little preview of what Punchlines is gonna be about. Myself, Mr. KO, y'all gonna see us debating. And we have a coin flip. Let me just tell you one thing about the show that you guys, when you see it, you're gonna enjoy it. Right? There's a coin flip to decide who picks a fighter first. So the first matchup that we had was Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford. We had the coin flip, and Mr. KO won, and he picked Crawford. So for that first matchup, he's arguing why Crawford is gonna win the fight, and I have to debate why Canelo is gonna win the fight. Y'all all know that I got Crawford winning it, but I lost the coin flip, so I gotta fight for Canelo. So y'all gonna see me in the show fighting tooth and nail how Canelo's gonna win that fight. And it's crazy, yo. Mr. KO won every single coin flip. I thought that shit was rigged for a moment. But y'all gotta watch the show. You know, we having a good time, talking boxing, debating. answering to the chat, talking to the peoples. So tune in, my peoples. Fridays at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Punchlines. Yo, it's on fire. Something different than what you've seen before. A game show, debate show. It's on fire, my peoples. Check it out. The first episode dropped yesterday. Check it out. Maker, salute my brother Ernest Morales. Punchlines of success for San Juan. Yeah. Victor J. The Mexican G. Barrios is no Thurman, as we saw when they fought. See, Barrios put the beats on Thurman. I mean, my bad. Thurman put the beats on Barrios. But I guess he probably that didn't cross his mind. That didn't cross the Mexican G's mind. That Manny Pacquiao put the baits on the same guy that made it easy against Mario Barrios. Because Mario Barrios didn't give Keith no problems. Team SLY, Me TV, salute Jane Chat, salute my brother. Bam. LT, you're easy with your defend. You're easy with your defending Canelo. I mean, it's easy because I listen to the haters all day, every day. So I just use the same arguments that they use. The Mexican G. I use a double-sided coin for coin flips. Yo, man, the thing is that it had sometimes it landed on heads, sometimes it landed on tails. But this dude kept winning the coin toss. Look, this is the first time. Remember, this is the first episode of Punchlines. The first matchup was Canelo Alvarez versus Bud Crawford. He won it. He picked Crawford. I had to fight for Canelo. Then we had Brian Norman Jr., Devin Haney. He picked Brian Norman Jr. I had to argue for Devin Haney. We have Boots and Teofimo Lopez. I can't remember who he picked for that one. But y'all gotta watch it, my people. Episode 1 of Punchline. It was lit. We had a good time. We had mad fun. You gotta see something different. For those who are saying that Manny Pacquiao is too old because he's 6 years older, we haven't seen how he's gonna look in the ring at 46 years old, my people. I'm just gonna remind you that Bernard Hopkins, George Foreman, the Magic Man, Antonio Tarver, all won titles in their 40s. And when he was 40 years old, we were saying the same thing people are saying right now. That's it, man. He's done. He's 40 years old. No way he's going to beat an undefeated Keith Thurman. It's just not happening. That's what people were saying. And look how that played out. So now the same narrative is being played out. Oh, well, no, look. That was 6 years ago. He's older. And by the way, the Mexican G, you said that was 6 years ago, and now he's inactive. Bro, when he fought Keith Thurman, he was also inactive. Go back and check. Check the box track. He was inactive also when he came back to fight Keith Thurman and beat him. And that was the narrative too. Now he's inactive and too old. And what he do? Came back and made all of us look goofy as hell. Because I'm one too. I say he was gonna lose. I said Keith Thurman was gonna even embarrass him. And look. So that's it. I'm not willing to go against Pac-Man. Eye for eye, word for word. I think Manny gonna get touched up. It can happen. Like I said, it can happen. But look, I'm gonna say this. To the people who say that Ugas beat him in his last fight, so that's it, I'm gonna remind you the type of beating, not the type of beating, but the type of knockout that he suffered at the hands of Juan Manuel Marquez. Y'all remember that? That was one of the most devastating, brutalist knockouts we've seen in boxing. Where he went face first and was just laying there face first, and they did all those memes. My peoples, I'm gonna even show you that knockout. I know y'all seen it. But that knockout deserves to be seen again. I'm going to show you that knockout so y'all can see what type of knockout Manny Pacquiao suffered. I'm going to show you the type of knockout, my peoples, that Manny Pacquiao suffered. This was one of the most brutal knockouts, my peoples, that you've seen in boxing. So if Manny Pacquiao got slept in this matter, if Manny Pacquiao got slept in that matter that he went to sleep, right? I want you to think about that. You know why? Because even after going to sleep like that, Manny Pacquiao became a world champion again. Think about it, my peoples. He got slept brutally, brutally, unconscious, counting sheep, and he still became a world champion after that. Ugas didn't do that to him. Ugas didn't do that to Manny Pacquiao. So why can't he come back and win again after losing to Ugas? That's irrelevant. That's irrelevant. The Mexican G, brutal KO. That was brutal. That was brutal. Manny Pacquiao was hurt badly. Joan Sosa, I think Manny can keep up with Barrios for 12 rounds. He wins. Eye for eye, word for word, face first. Yo, when a fighter goes down face first, you know that they're hurt badly. Because think about it, as human beings, what is your instinct when you fall is to put your hands in front of you. But when you go down face first like that, that means that your brain was shut down with that punch. The minute before you hit, you were sleeping. You didn't even try to brace yourself for the hit or nothing like that. You boop, landed like a rag doll. Loma, one of the most shocking upsets in boxing history. That night, Manny lost. When he got knocked out, I mean, of course he lost. He went to sleep brutally. The Mexican G. I'm surprised that KO didn't change Pacquiao. Lots of fights are never. Lots of fighters are never the same after a KO. That's a fact. That is a fact. And to be honest, after watching that knockout, I didn't think he would be the same. The one thing that you see with fighters who get knocked out brutally is that almost immediately they become gun-shy. Almost immediately in their very next fight, you already see the punch output decrease. Why? Because they're hesitant. And not even get brutally knocked out, even getting beat up. Like taking a beating and be a whole different fighter when they come back. Way, way more cautious. Don't, lose a lot of opportunities where they could have landed some good shots, but just don't let the hands go. That happens. Manny Pacquiao came back as if he'd never been slapped. As if nothing ever happened. And you saw the fight, like I said, you saw the fight with Keith Thurman and what he was able to do. Pretty much everyone said, yo, Keith Thurman is going to cook him. So if you see how Manny Pacquiao performed against Keith Thurman at 40 years old from inactivity after being knocked out brutally by Juan Manuel Marquez, do you really think it matters that he lost to Ugas in his last fight for this one? It doesn't really matter. Manny Pacquiao is that good. That's why I mentioned the guys who won titles in their 40s. So that you can see it takes a certain type of fighter to win a title at that age. Everybody is not going to win in their 40s. In fact, everybody's not going to win a title in their late 30s. It's just not going to happen for you. But Manny Pacquiao, like, if you think about it, if there's any active fighter right now who you would say, yeah, he can do it, it's Manny Pacquiao. It has to be. Who else, in that age, would you say, yeah, they could come back and win the title? It has to be Pac-Man. Eye for eye, word for word. No, the most shocking knock in boxing history was Mike Tyson lost to Buster Douglas. Oh, I agree with you 100%, my brother. That's the biggest upset in boxing history. But I'm going to tell you something interesting. I'm going to give you an interesting take on that upset, my brother. Check it. Yes, Mike Tyson versus Buster Douglas is without a doubt the biggest upset in boxing history. But I'll tell you something that people never really consider in this fight. James Buster Douglas is a fighter who is a lot better than many people give him credit for. He's the perfect example of a fighter who was very talented, athletically gifted, a great physical frame, but wasn't disciplined, was not able to stay in shape, was not able to be consistent. And that was his downfall. But he was very good. So what happened that night in Tokyo when he fought Mike Tyson? Let me rewind it back a little bit. First, let me point out Buster Douglas's mom had died a short time before that fight. Buster Douglas went into that training camp to face Mike Tyson and had the best training camp of his career. This is the time where it all actually came together. His talent along with his physical abilities because he got in great shape. Now look at the other side of the coin. Mike Tyson on the other side, his personal life was going downhill. He was doing drugs. He was, you know, prostitution, you know, doing prostitutes, doing all living, partying, crazy nights, all that stuff. Even in Tokyo, it's been said that he was partying the night before he was going to fight Buster Douglas because that's an opponent he was supposed to get him out of there quick. So you have a Mike Tyson who's on drugs, who's, you know, not focused, not training like he's supposed to, versus a Buster Douglas who had the training camp of his life. And that night, it all came together for Buster Douglas to pull off the biggest upset in boxing history. But I tell you what, Buster Douglas is a lot better than people really think. Just go watch him. Because he had a great fight that night, right? But the following fight, he lost his title to Evander Holyfield. And the very next fight, he was already overweight, out of shape, looking bad, got washed, got pummeled, battered. Dre, Swiss, and Applebee's. Why? Because like I said before, Buster Douglas just couldn't stay consistent. But talent he did not lack, my peoples. Even in his loss to Evander Holyfield, and y'all know Evander Holyfield's an all-time great. But even in his loss versus Evander Holyfield, there were moments where he looked good, where you could see his sharpness, where you could see, damn, this guy's skilled. This guy can fight. He just couldn't keep it together. That's it. That's all it was. So anytime you hear, oh, the biggest upset in boxing history, yes, it is. But Buster Douglas was no bum. A lot of people seem to think that Buster Douglas was a bum and he got lucky that night. Nah. The guy was... I'm going to put it to y'all like this. If Buster was a fighter who stayed focused, who stayed in the gym, who was a gym rat, that type of guy, he would have been one of the greatest heavyweights of the era. He would have been one of them. The Mike Tysons, the Lennox Lewises, the Riddick Bowes, the Evander Holyfields. Buster Douglas would have been one of them. It just didn't happen because he couldn't stay focused. He didn't have the discipline. So yeah, my peoples, that's my take on Buster Douglas and Mike Tyson. I hope you guys at least gave me a like, man, because I gave you some good stuff right there, man. God damn, 9 likes. A lot of people up in here ducking that like button the same way that Tank Davis is ducking Shakur. The same way. No difference. Tyrell, Buster was definitely underrated. Yeah, my G. Buster Douglas could fight, man. And the funny thing about it, that when Buster Douglas and Mike Tyson fought each other, I was like, I don't know, maybe like 14, 15. I don't remember. You know, I was young. So to me, I went with the narrative when I was a kid that this bum beat Mike Tyson. So that's what I thought. Oh my God, Mike Tyson got beat by a bum. And that was the narrative that was sold. And then as I got older and I went back and watched Buster Douglas fighting, I was like, whoa, wait a minute. This guy can fight. This guy can fight. But he was out of shape all the time. That's the thing. For Mike Tyson, I guess number one, cause he had that motivation, like he was doing it, and he said it, he was doing it for his mom who had just passed away, and he's fighting, the biggest fight of his career, and for that fight, he got motivated and actually stayed disciplined for the training camp, and you seen it. Had the training camp of his life and had the fight of his life. Dame un abrazo, ven acá. The fight of his life. So, yeah, my peoples. Buster Douglas, for those who think Buster Douglas was a bum, he was not. Yeah.
¿Y yo?
Good morning.
Este es Superman.
That's what Superman is.
¿Y cómo tiene?
Raw Dog, PDs help a lot of fighters with conditioning. Anda a ver con mami para yo termine el programa. Sí, eso es Superman.
¿Y Batman?
No, este es Superman nada más. This is only Superman.
Yo vi otro de Superman, papá.
No. Anda a ver con mami, yo te pongo los muñequitos ahora. Hey, I'm gonna go watch cartoons with you over there. The Mexican G, Larry Holmes, had a great jab. Arguably the greatest jab in boxing. It could be Larry Holmes. John Parham, morning, little man. Yeah, you see it, man. You see it. Ryan Enzo in the building. On Lace, Ryan, que lo que. Tyrell, Mexican. Bam. John Parham. Anybody else hate when kids don't sleep in on weekends? Man, listen. I wish. But I'm going to be on daddy mode anyways. AAD. 46 is different than 40. Every day after 40 only gets worse. Foreman doing it at heavyweight is the same as these lighterweights. Speed and reaction goes first with age. And you need that most when lighter. AAD, I'm going to have to disagree with you on that. And I'm going to tell you why. You got to remember, you're talking about George Foreman. Bernard Hopkins did it. The Magic Man did it. There's been a few other fighters that won titles at an older age. So from 40 to 46, there is a difference. I can't dispute that. But me and you don't know what that difference is gonna be based on Manny Pacquiao's conditioning. I'm watching him out there in training camp, and he's looking really good, my brother. He's not looking 46, just like he didn't look 40 versus Keith Thurman. Michael Senior de Guzman, I was 12 when Buster won. We all watched that at my uncle's house with a big projector screen TV. He was in the Navy, like most FIPA birds. I couldn't read that. I couldn't read what that says. I joined the U.S. Army just to be different. Salute, my brother. Look, man, I'm gonna say it like this. Buster Douglas, the narrative I remember, and I was around that age, man. I was right. How old are you right now? Michael de Guzman. I'm 48. How old are you right now? That way I could calculate how old I was when Mike Tyson and Buster Douglas fought each other. But again, my peoples, the narrative was that this bum, this nobody beat Mike Tyson. And Buster Douglas could really fight. He was no bum. He's just a fighter who couldn't keep it together, who couldn't stay focused. Victor J, what's going on, Jay Smith? Is this daddy daycare boxing? Raw Dog, I remember Larry Holmes' comeback versus Mercer when I was a teen. Was so surprising. Larry Holmes is a... That's why I say fighters who were able to do it in their 40s is special fighters. Guys who can really fight and accomplish during their career. You don't just somehow accomplish something like that out of nowhere. These are great fighters. What is Manny Pacquiao? A great fighter. The oldest welterweight champion in history at 40 years old. I wouldn't write him off, yo. I wouldn't write him off no matter what. That's all I'm saying. Raw Dog, I'm 48. Oh, we the same age. Victor J. Holmes beat Mercer at 43. Tyrell, another underrated legend, is Chris Bird. Oh, yeah. Slick, but tough fighter. He beat David Tua. Bro, Chris Bird He had a nice little run where he beat some real good fighters, man. Beat some real good fighters. Yeah, I would say he's underrated. People don't talk about him enough. Michael Guzman, you 51 and I'm 48. So look, so you see, you're 3 years older than me. That means I was 9 years old. I was 9 when Tyson lost to Douglas. You see what I'm saying? Like, how much boxing do you really know at that age? So to me, it's like Tyson lost too. Nah, it can't be. It can't be. Wait a minute. I wasn't 9. I don't remember being 9 when that fight happened. I don't know, man. I just remember my feelings was really hurt. My feelings was hurt. I think I may have even cried when Mike Tyson lost. Victor J. Hopkins at 46 beat Gene Pascal. You see, at 46 years old. John Parham, Flip, salute. Flip, yo, Jay, I remember that fight like it was yesterday. That fight was the BS. The difference in the way the ref counted between the two knockdowns was very diabolical. Look, you got to remember, Mike Tyson was the face of boxing, was the cash cow, was everything. And look, they try to give him an opportunity to fight. And that's the way the cookie crumbles, man. Even with the way they try to help him out, he couldn't do it. But the referee counted slow, because I think the referee counted slow when Mike went down and when Buster went down. I think he counted slow for both of them. If we watch, I think he did it for both of them. AAD, take that I can't agree with it. That's because Manny beat Keith and Barrios then. It means Manny wins. This is about matchup. You know that. No. I'm not saying, wait a minute. I'm not saying, because the triangle theory doesn't work in boxing. The fact that Manny beat Keith doesn't mean anything. That's not what I'm suggesting. What I'm saying is that a 40-year-old Manny Pacquiao beat a guy that's better than Mario Barrios. At 40, he beat somebody that's better than Mario Barrios. So, yes, he's 46, but Manny Pacquiao still beat somebody in his 40s that's better than Barrios. That's all I'm saying. Make of that what you will. You know what that means, but you're going to see it on Fight Night. Manny Pacquiao, that's it. I'm starting to feel more confidence as we speak. Manny Pacquiao going to beat Barrios. That's it. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the energy, my peoples. That's it. This Saturday morning, like I had already made that prediction. Okay? Look, man. I had already made the prediction, my peoples. Okay? I had. It's real. I had already made this prediction. You know, I thought it was a close fight, but I'm going with the legend, Manny Pacquiao. But I got to tell you like this, my peoples. I'm coming out here in the nice sun, in a nice, beautiful morning to tell you I'm feeling more confident. Manny Pacquiao is going to put the Dre, the Swiss, and the Apple Beats on Mario Barrios. That's it. I'm just feeling that energy's hitting me from the sun. My melanin is absorbing it, and it's telling me that Manny Pacquiao is going to put the beats on Mario Barrios. He's going to shook up the world. That's it. That's it. There you have it. Elijah Dio, Jesus is king. J Max, you better believe it. Tyrell, Barrios a good fighter, but he has not the top elite legendary level. Eye for eye, word for word. The referee and Mike Tyson and Buster Douglas fight miscounted by 1. Listen, at the end of the day, we can't even put that fight on the referee. Mike Tyson stopped Buster Douglas. That's the reality. I mean, I'm wildin'. Buster Douglas stopped Mike Tyson. That's the reality. So, there's even at this point, you know, decades later, there's no point in bringing up the referee and the slow count. That's it. It's down in history as Buster Douglas pulling off the biggest upset that we've ever seen. Till this day, there hasn't been an upset like that one. And we've seen lots of upsets in boxing since Buster Douglas and Mike Tyson shared the ring. We've seen a bunch of them, but there's nothing like it. There's nothing like it, my people. I've never seen nothing where the whole world is talking about it. Like, I still remember, man, the following day, everybody everywhere was talking about it. And to be honest, I was a little kid, so it's not like I was going everywhere, but you flipping through the channels, they talking about it in the news. And I'm talking about, that's how you know how big that upset was. They wasn't just talking about it on shows that they're talking about boxing. The main news, the news channels was talking about it, about how Mike Tyson lost. The evening news was talking about it. So you know that was a big deal to witness this. And now, let's see. Let's see how things are gonna play out. But I always say it, man. The underdog always has a chance to win. Don't get it twisted. Sometimes it's hard. It's just too difficult if there's a skill gap. But I want you guys to understand that the skills. Look. Oh shit! Hold on. Damn! Don't tell me that. I'm gonna tell you guys. Damn, yo! I just recorded a whole video. What the fuck, man? I fucked this shit up. But I'm gonna tell you guys something that we have to say. I'm gonna take that into consideration, right? For one moment, my peoples, I'm gonna say something, and I really hope that you guys take this into consideration. For one moment, guys, right? I want you to answer this question honestly. Who would you say is the more skilled fighter between Manny Pacquiao and Mario Barrios? If you're making an honest assessment for a moment, let's forget about age. Let's forget about, Manny Pacquiao being the older, the 46, all that stuff. We're talking about skill for skill. If you're talking about who has the better footwork, who has the better jab, like if we compare footwork, right? Who has the better footwork between Manny Pacquiao and Mario Barrios? Who has the quicker hands? Who has the better footwork? Who has the quicker hands? Who has the better ring IQ? Who has the more experience? All I say is Manny Pacquiao also has his own advantages. He has his own advantages. Everything is not in Mario Barrios' favor. Yes, he's the younger fighter. Mario Barrios has the physical advantages. He's bigger, stronger, has the reach, has the physical advantages. But the skill advantages, Manny Pacquiao has them. Skills can offset size, power, range. That can be offset by skills. Keep that in mind, because tonight, Manny Pacquiao is going to be like, I shook up the world. I shook up the world. That's going to be Manny Pacquiao. John Parham is going to be a good one. Tyrell V. Manny still has the skills. But endurance and reflexes slow down with age. So, In a way, what you're saying is true, but you're also making an assumption, and I'll tell you why. Endurance doesn't slow down as much if your physique is in tip-top shape. So to give you an example, Tyrell, right now, I could go out running 20 miles, and I'm 48 years old. How many people in this chat can run 20 miles right now? How many people you know that you say, yeah, he could go run 20 miles right now, and I'm 48? So endurance is also about training. It's also about the physical shape that you're in. So you can't assume that because he's 46, that his endurance is not going to be there. I've ran 9 marathons, my brother. That's 26 miles. The last marathon that I ran, I was 46 years old. So your endurance is not going to decline the way you think with age if you're physically. Now, if you're someone who doesn't work out, who doesn't do anything to stay fit, yes, gradually your endurance is going to slow down. But if you're somebody who stay fit, there's somebody out there who's 50 years old who has more endurance than every single person on this chat at 50. I promise you that. The same with the reflex. Reflexes slow down with age. That's a natural process. But if you're training, it's not the same. If you're training and you're sharp and you're elite level, you have the athleticism to have the reflexes. Richard Porter, hey my guy, I need to ask you something because Mario is ass, really. But did you hear AJ gonna fight Jake Paul? Man, they are ruining boxing. Listen, brother, I don't know how could this even be possible? Somebody of AJ's caliber fighting a Jake Paul. You know, there's a side of me that understands you wanted to get the bag. I wish if or when they fight that they make it an exhibition. This is a circus show. Make it a circus show. Make it an exhibition. Make it a fun event. But I wish it wouldn't be a real fight where it's going to be on the box rack, where it's real judges. Come on, man. Come on, AJ. Like, we really doing this? You know, so I understand you getting the bag, but at least make it an exhibition, man. Let's not act like this is a real fight. This is a circus show. In what world, in what universe does a Jake Paul even stand a shot against AJ after getting beat up by Tommy Fury? That's a joke. It's a joke. Raw Dog, Manny great. He just looked so bad in that exhibition. Yeah, but how could you even be judging an exhibition, my brother? That doesn't even make no sense. You think for an exhibition he was in a training camp, he was preparing like he does for a real championship fight? Or you think for an exhibition he's putting the same effort that he's going to put in a championship fight? Even in the training videos right now, he looks 100% different than he did in the exhibition. So, come on, don't hold that against him. Ernest Morales, until the first knockdown, Buster was winning clearly. I had met his dad, Billy Dynamite Douglas, years ago, and Buster was my sentimental favorite. But I still thought Mike Tyson by KO. Bro, I personally felt like Mike Tyson was going to probably knock him out in 2-3 rounds. But like I told you, at that time, I was a little kid. I think I was like 12 years old or something like that. So I was just going with the narrative. I wasn't, thinking back, I wasn't actually going by my own understanding of what was going to play out in this fight. I was going by what the narrative was. Well, everybody's saying this Mike Tyson is going to fight some bum in Tokyo, so he's going to knock him out. That's what's supposed to happen. Buster Douglas wasn't a very popular fighter. A lot of people didn't know him, didn't know his name. There was people who heard of Buster Douglas for the first time when it was announced that he was fighting Mike Tyson. So every time this happens where a star is fighting a guy that people don't know, the narrative is already that he's fighting a tomato can, a bum. Buster turned out to be a lot better. Mike Tyson also fell into that narrative because he didn't train like he was supposed to. He didn't do the things that he was supposed to do to prepare for that fight. Like, I'm going to fight this bum. I'm going to get him out of it in a couple of rounds. And Buster showed out. That's it. The stars aligned for Buster Douglas that night. Tyrell, Manny is the more wise and experienced, but age definitely affect endurance and reflexes. Let's see. We're gonna see it, man. We're gonna see it. Did you see the endurance and reflexes of Bernard Hopkins when he became a champion at 51 years old? They look pretty good, my boy. Pretty good. My Dolly, hi again. What's up, my Dolly? Bam. J Max, let's just put it this way. It's gonna be very interesting. It's an intriguing matchup. You know, you're looking at the younger fighter, you know, who's the reigning world champion, who's big, who's strong, versus the legend, who's a lot smaller in size, who's 46 years old, who people feel like he's too old to be here. He's not supposed to be here. We thought he wasn't supposed to be here versus Keith Thurman. And he won that fight. Now, once again, we're at that same place where we're like, nope, Manny's not supposed to be here. Too old. That was 6 years ago. He can't do it now. Okay, let's see. Jesse Riley. Who Pac-Man fighting? Mario Barrios, reigning welterweight champion. Bruce Young. Mario is great. Manny is a top 10 all-time, all weight divisions. Tell you, man, Manny Pacquiao, I think a lot of people just sleeping on him. A lot of people just clinging on to that age and not respecting what he brings to the table. But y'all gonna find out, man. You're gonna find out. And look, I was making my prediction earlier. Because I think the first time I predicted Pacquiao versus Barrios was a few days ago. I predicted Manny Pacquiao is going to win this fight by unanimous decision. Maybe by split decision. It could be close. But something that I got for you, my peoples. Watch this. Watch this. I want you to understand something, my people. It's fight night. Today is going to be a fight. Today is fight day. And I want you to understand this. Before, when I made the prediction, I was like, okay, I got Pacquiao. You know, I got him. I'm leaning towards Pacquiao. That's what I was doing. Leaning towards Pac-Man. But now, Saturday, they fighting tonight. We hours away from the showdown. I'm feeling that energy. I don't know if it's that melanin hitting me from the sun and it's giving me that energy that Manny Pacquiao is going to put the baits on Mario Barrios. That's how I'm feeling right now. That's how I'm feeling. So there's your prediction right there. Manny Pacquiao is going to make history, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to make history out there. What you want to do now? There you go. Woke up feeling confident. I don't know if it's, I'm telling you, I think it's the melanin from the sun that just gave me that vibe that Manny Pacquiao is going to put the beats on him. There you have it, my people. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's my prediction. Manny Pacquiao is going to make history. So then I'm going to have to follow that prediction by now predicting once Manny Pacquiao makes history, wins the title at 46 years old, Floyd Mayweather is going to come out of retirement, challenge him for that title, and we're going to get the rematch. We're going to get the rematch. And that's when y'all going to start calling me Jay Stradamus. Yes. When you step in the building, you're going to say, salute, Jay Stradamus. Bam. Trojan, AI, Pac-Man losing. We're going to see. We shall see. I already told you what's going to happen. Don't get yourself disappointed. El fantasma de Geraldo Ledén. El manito mío. Bam. John Parham. Manny, by decision or what? Nah, Manny Pacquiao is going to win this fight by decision. John Caraballo. Turkey paying for it? I don't know. Nah, I don't know. I don't think so. This is a PBC fight. So I think not. I don't think Turkey's involved with this PBC. The Monk. I think he's too old. And look, I respect that. The Monk. I respect that. All I'm saying is, at 40, I also thought he was too old. I was like, nah, he's too old. Keith Thurman's gonna put the beats on him. And look, that's it. I'm not going. I'm not going with that narrative anymore because I know that somebody who's that old can also get in great shape and for one night beat Father Time. Make it happen. Absolutely, my peoples. Take my word for it. Everybody sleeping on Pac-Man like he can't do it, like he don't got what it takes. We're gonna see. We're gonna see, my peoples. Tyrell, I want Pac-Man to win, but his chances are slim. I mean, look, right now, it's reasonable to have Mario Barrios as the favorite. He literally has every single physical advantage that a fighter can have. He's younger, he's bigger, he's stronger, taller, longer reach. He has all the advantages. But like I said before, physical advantages don't always dictate the outcome of a fight. Manny Pacquiao has the advantage in skills. I don't think there's a single person in this chat who will step in and say, oh, you know what? Mario Barrios got better footwork than Manny Pacquiao. Or he got faster hands than Manny Pacquiao. Or he got better footwork, better ring IQ, better movement than Manny Pacquiao. So think about it. Is there a single skill that you would say that Barrios has better than Pac-Man? He's strong. That's not a skill. You're strong. He's a strong guy. But there isn't a skill that he has better than Pac. So basically, for him to win this fight, he's going to have to bully him. He's going to have to bully him. He's going to have to be the bigger guy, put hands on the little guy. But he's not going to, skill for skill, he's not better than Manny Pacquiao, my people. He's not. So it's not like we're going to say, okay, Manny Pacquiao, because he's 46, he's already going to be a bum. You think he's going to be a little bit slower or his reflexes are not going to be there? We have to wait till we see him in the ring, my people. I'm telling you, don't just assume that because we saw a 51-year-old Bernard Hopkins with some great reflexes. Great reflexes. So if Bernard Hopkins can have reflexes at 51, why Manny Pacquiao can't have them at 46? Why? Why not? John Caraballo, I would love for Floyd and Manny to do it again, just to bust a check. If Manny Pacquiao beat Mario Barrios, my prediction comes true. Floyd Mayweather will be back. They'll do it again. Victor J. Smith, how much to get you into border wars? I don't know, man. I don't know. You tell me. I don't know. Find out. Figure it out. The Monk 636. Do you think Manny touched PEDs? Nope. There's absolutely nothing to tell me that Manny ever touched PEDs. Shy Guy. Youth, that is. Barrios is the sweetest champion, which I think Pac-Man team saw something. I have to agree with that. Because if you look at before Manny Pacquiao, if his options are going to be Brian Norman Jr., Jerome Boots Ennis, and Mario Barrios, who are you going to fight? So, yeah, Mario Barrios is actually the weakest link as far as the champions go because I believe Boots watches him and so does Brian Norman Jr. John Caraballo, at 44, I spar 21-year-olds all the time, and they get the best of them. Well, it's not like that's what I tell people. It's not about age. It's about skill. You put a 44-year-old versus a 18-year-old, and if that 18-year-old doesn't have that skill level, you're gonna get beat up. Even made to look bad. Tyrell, at 47, being an athlete myself, I can definitely say my reflexes have slowed down, but your body becomes less stronger with age, while your mind stays the same. Victor J, until a failed drug test It's all speculation. See, that's the thing. People love to have negative speculations when it's a fighter that they don't like. So they'll assume that this guy did roids, but then they won't assume that that guy did steroids. So it's like, wait a minute, let's keep the same energy for everybody. If for this guy you're saying there's no proof for that guy either. Let's keep the same energy. So that's what I do. If innocent till proven guilty. If you haven't shown me that this guy got popped, he hasn't done steroids. Shy guy, Pac is dead. You think Barrios gonna beat him up? Fabian Martinez, release the Epstein list. Whoa. No comment. Malita, Barrios ain't good enough for Floyd to be impressed. Depends on the fight. On Lace, Bill Haney's trying to pull out of the Norman fight. Damn, man, that sucks. That sucks, man. I hope Brian Norman Jr. and Devin Haney happens. Or it's going to be just another one of those disappointments where we think a good fight is going down and boom, it falls apart. Because we saw it with Teofimo and Boots, Teofimo and Devin. Now we got Devin Haney, Brian Norman Jr. a fight. We're celebrating already, making our predictions, and it might not happen. Damn. Damn. T. Mackin. Pat should finally fight Bud when Bud still had 3 belts. Yes, MB is a sweet lick for that team. Look, my brother. Look. Let me tell you something. They tried to pressure Manny Pacquiao into fighting Terrence Crawford. That's the reason why he left Top Rank in the first place. That's why he left to PBC, because they wanted to make him fight Crawford. They wanted to have like a pass the torch kind of situation. Like, okay, now fight this guy, get beat up, and call it a day, retire. And Pacquiao had different plans. He wanted to become world champion again. That's why he left. That's why he left Top Rank. So if he didn't fight, Bud Crawford back then, we know the type of fighter that Terrence Crawford was. While everybody was hating on him and saying that he's not all that he's a hype job, I can't believe Terrence Crawford actually been called a hype job. At that very same time, Manny Pacquiao was refusing to fight him. And people didn't understand what was really going on. Like, this guy really is him. Crawford's really that dude. Jason Abrams. Man, I'd pop his cap, fool. The Monk. Crawford and certain people seem to have a point. Just subscribe, bro. Appreciate it, my guy. Bam. I promise you're going to enjoy the show. And Punchlines debuted yesterday. The first episode debuted yesterday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. My people, check out the first episode. Y'all going to enjoy it. Every Friday, Punchlines at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. I played the first episode, a little clip from the first episode earlier for you guys. I also posted a short video. It's only about 2 minutes long, just to see a little bit of the introduction of my co-host, Mr. Pacquaio, who's now going to be co-hosting Punchlines along with Jay Smith. So my peoples, I promise you, check out that show. You're going to enjoy it. A debate show different than anything you ever seen. At least hit that like button when you see that damn debate show. John Parham. In my opinion, Devin need one more fight before fighting Junior. I would have to say, man, that's a tough fight that he was getting into. We was all talking about the possibility of him getting slept by Brian Norman Jr. So maybe it is a good idea to pull out. Tyrell, Dubois versus Usyk. Who you got? I got Usyk. However, I've said it before. Dubois should have won that first fight by stoppage. He'll be going into this one feeling real confident. He can't win this fight. He can't win this fight. This is a close fight. It's going to be competitive. He's going to be confident. But I got to rock with Usyk, man. Right now, we've seen enough to accept that Alexander Usyk is the best heavyweight of this era. And he's going down as an all-time great. Guy was undisputed in the cruiserweight division, undisputed in the heavyweight division. Look at the names that he fought and beat. So I just can't go against Usyk, my brother. Shy Guy, that's such a dope name. Punchlines. My guy. Punchline, it is a dope name, but you got to see the show. You got to see it, my brother. I promise you're going to enjoy it. It's something different. Something that you could see that the co-hosts, they having fun just talking about boxing and getting the chat involved and going back and forth. And fun show. Check it out. The Hydro Grind. Today's the day. The Hydro Grind. Salute, my brother. Yes, sir. Today's definitely the day. Ernest Morales. For a while, I thought that Boots was waiting for Manny to win, to call him out. Boots can't even make 147 anymore, man. No. Nah, but that fight wasn't going to happen. That fight wasn't going to happen. What I thought, or what I was expecting, is that Brian Norman Jr. was going to win his fight, and right there, Boots was going to say, yo, what's up, let's get it. But I think it was the day before the fight. Boots posted on social media that he was leaving the division to 154, that he wasn't waiting on nobody. The day before the fight. And you know what? That was done strategically, because they know that Brian Norman Jr. was going to win that fight and call him out. So if he called him out and then Boots say he's leaving the division, people was going to say he was ducking. So before Brian Norman Jr. even fought, Boots was like, my peoples, I'm out of here. I'm leaving on 154. What y'all got to do over there? Diablo of Dance. Jake Paul is going to beat Canelo and Anthony. Come on, man. You're talking crazy. You're talking crazy, bro. You're wasting your time now. Tyrell V. Usyk definitely a legend. Dubois is a robot, though. Yeah, but he got power. That robot is Optimus Prime. Dubois got power, my G. You gotta know. We already saw him drop her with a nasty body shot. So, get ready for what's coming. The Monk. Why did he give Dubois last time? Why did he give Dubois? I don't know what you mean, why did he give Dubois? But Dubois landed a body shot that dropped Usyk, and it was ruled a low blow. That would have been a stoppage right there. He would have won. He would have handed Alexander Usyk his first defeat that night. But the referee didn't see the punch. He was at an angle that he couldn't see where it actually landed, and ruled it a low blow. And then, you know, after, I don't know, like 10 minutes, it was a long time, they allowed Usyk to recover, and then he was able to get back to fighting, and he won the fight. You know, he's a great fighter. He was able to make adjustments and never ate another body shot like that during the rest of the fight. Diablo of Dance. Tank Davis and Shakur Stevenson can get it. Diablo of Dance, you don't know shit about boxing, man. It's only 8:30 in the morning on a Saturday morning, and you got me using that phrase already? Floyd Mayweather's uncle was talking about people like, you don't know shit about boxing. You just jumping in the chat to just talk and just say stuff. T. Mackin. Haney didn't need to run. He's the Sean Porter of this generation. Keep stacking names on the resume. I don't care if he loses. Line up Shakur, Subriel, Haney, Tank, and Keyshawn. Bro, why would you say Devin Haney is the Sean Porter of this era? You wildin' out, bro. Devin Haney. I mean, I understand what you're saying about willing to fight everybody, but as far as accomplishments and resume, Devin Haney's already ahead of Sean Porter. But mindset of fighting everybody, Devin Haney will fight everybody. You got one wrong, though. Devin Haney will not fight Shakur, my guy. Come on, T. Mackin. We know he dug Shakur in the 135 division. He does not want that fight. Devin Haney calls everybody out except Shakur. He don't ever want to make that fight. Ever. He made that clear. His father made that clear. They don't want Shakur. They know how that fight plays out. Unlaced. Fuck it. I'm going to go against the grain and go with Triple D. Damn, Triple D. Just like that. The Monk. Give up. Tyrell. He just know one way. Straightforward. See it, man. There's fighters that just go straight forward. And then those fighters are going to have problems when they got people using that lateral movement, using that footwork. using height and reach if they got those advantages on them. Matthew Gillen, Canelo or Terence Crawford? Who you got? I got Terence Crawford winning that fight by unanimous decision. Competitive showdown. I think that the first 2-3 rounds, Crawford is going to win them because it's going to take some time for Canelo to adapt to that difference in reach. You know, people have been disregarding the fact that Crawford has a longer reach than Dimitri Bivol. But they're going to see it in display on that night. Canelo's going to take some time before he figures out, you know, the timing, the distance, so that he could get on the inside and work his magic. So those first 2-3 rounds, I got him for Terence Crawford. Look, I'm gonna give you guys. I was just giving you the beginning of the fight, right? But this is what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm gonna do for you guys. And if you feel what I'm giving you, man, at least hit that like button, my people. I'm gonna tell you how Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez is gonna play out. Hit that like button, my peoples. Don't be cheap with me. So, like I said before, Canelo Alvarez, yes, he's the stronger fighter, the guy that's considered the bigger guy because he fights at 168. Terence Crawford's moving up. What are the advantages that Terence Crawford has, and why do I see the fight playing out that way? Terence Crawford is the taller and longer fighter. Like I said before, he has a longer reach than Dimitri Bivol, who was able to successfully keep Canelo from using that body attacks, you know, continuously like he usually does. Okay, so Terence Crawford is going to keep Canelo off balance. Those first 3 rounds with that long jab and that reach advantage, Canelo's going to struggle, trying to figure out how to get on the inside, how to land that left hook to the body. Crawford is going to win those rounds. He's going to be landing that stiff jab. Now, by the time they get to the 4th, Canelo's already gotten more comfortable with the timing and the space, the distance. And now he's going to start landing his own shots. He's going to be successful with some of those body shots. Some. Because Crawford is going to do a very good job at keeping him at the end of his own jab. Pop, pop, pop. But when Canelo finally does get on the inside, he's going to go to the body for sure. Try to slow him down. He's going to be investing with the left hook to the body like he does in the usual, you know, his usual fights. That's his MO. So rounds 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 turn into a chess match. An aggressive chess match. Nobody's going to be walking nobody down. Nobody's going to be pummeling nobody. Why is it going to be a chess match? People think that Canelo Alvarez being too big, too strong, he's just going to walk Crawford down. It's not going to go down like that. Fairly quick into that fight, you're going to see that size-wise, they're going to look about the same. Canelo's not going to look much bigger. They're going to look about the same. The only thing is that Crawford has much longer reach. We're going to see it in full display on September 13th. It's going to be a chess match because Canelo is going to take some good punches and he's going to be hesitant to get on the inside. He's going to have to calculate a lot more than what you think to land his own shots. He's also going to have to wait around sometimes to counter Crawford. There's going to be times in this fight early on where you're actually going to see Crawford walking Canelo down and Canelo be the one to use the footwork on Crawford. So everybody's thinking that Crawford is just going to be running away and Canelo's going to be chasing him. No, there's going to be times where I promise you, it'll be a chess match, and sometimes you see Crawford going forward and Canelo backing away. You see Canelo with his back up against the ropes and Crawford letting his hands go on him. Just like you see Canelo letting his hands go on Crawford with his back up against the ropes. So rounds number 4 through 9 is going to be a chess match. They're going to go back and forth. But by the time we get to round number 10, guess what? Terence Crawford has already gotten into his rhythm. He's gotten into the matrix. You see how he was fighting versus Errol Spence by the 4th round already? You're going to start seeing some of that. You're going to start seeing him dominate Canelo. You're going to start seeing him control the pace. You're going to see Canelo get hit with more punches and harder than you ever seen before. You never seen Canelo get pummeled the way. Because remember, Bivol and Floyd Mayweather, they beat him, but that was more of a schooling. They schooled Canelo, taught him a lesson. Terence Crawford is gonna put the baits on him. It's gonna be a different type of baiting that Terence Crawford is gonna give him, and it's gonna be a win by unanimous decision. So there you have it, my peoples. I hope you hit that like button, because I just gave you the rundown from round number 1 until round number 12, how Terence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez is going to play out. This is a receipt right here. Y'all know it. I'm Jay Smith. This is Box Center, your favorite boxers, favorite boxing show. Yeah. There you have it, my peoples. I got my receipt. I got my receipt. Can't wait for September 13th. T. Mackin, if the buff from 9 to 12 is that Madrimov fight, look, bringing up Madrimov is beyond incoherent. If the Canelo that shows up at the end is the Canelo that showed up versus Bivol and versus Floyd, he's getting beat up and made to look easy. Like, you don't make no sense, bro. T. Mackin, when two fighters are fighting, never bring another fighter to try to dictate what outcome we're gonna have for this one. Cause again, if you bring up Madrimov, I just tell you, well, you know, if Canelo fight like he did Bivol, he getting pummeled. If Canelo fight like he fought Floyd, he getting knocked out in 5. See, so your logic doesn't work, bro. Okay. Throw that logic away, man, for real. Trojan, no black gonna beat Canelo. No black gonna beat Canelo. Listen, Trojan, that's gonna be your last comment in this channel. Next time, if you want to, you can make another channel with a different name, and you come back, and don't ever say no stupid shit like that. Okay, I'm not with the racist shit. Peace. Goofball. What a goofball. Shy Guy, if it goes to decision, Crawford will win. I think Canelo camp right now is working on those problems, focusing on feet than power. It's a 50-50 fight. I mean, I seen a video where they appear to be working on power. I mean, where they appear to be working on footwork. But still, bro, Canelo Alvarez in his mid-30s, you're not just going to develop elite-level footwork. Yes, you know, you got to work on it to at least have some movement during the fight. You got to work on it. But, nah. Listen, if you have a fighter who throughout his career hasn't had good footwork, by 35, 34 years old, you start focusing, paying more attention to that aspect. He could get better, but he's not going to have elite level footwork. He's not going to have that type of movement ever. That's it. You're not going to develop those type of instinct in him anymore. It's too late. T. Mackin, the Bud, not the Madrimov, not the Canelo. The angles that Bud took, the aggression was perfect. He looked like Keyshawn. Let me ask you this, T. Mackin. I want you to really think about it. Did Bud look like Keyshawn, or has Keyshawn been looking like Bud? Think about that. JM, yeah, good for you, JS. Kainisi, box is nothing but Ryan Garcia. Okay, so you need to go to watch Ryan Garcia, I guess. Watch him in his IG until he boxes. He's not boxing right now, family. We need to wait for Ryan Garcia to box and talk about him. Eye for eye, word for word. Wait, bro. We got to see, can Terence take that body shot first? Oh, he's going to take it. He's going to take that body shot. This like, I want you to understand that, look at Terence Crawford. Look at his physique. Look at his athleticism. Does it look like he's going to be able to take it by looking at him? Of course he's gonna be able to take it. If Canelo fought other opponents that took it, like of course he's gonna take it. The Hydro grind. Does Madrimov hit harder than Canelo? The Hydro grind. Does Dimitri Bivol got longer reach than Crawford? John Parham, positive vibes only, no races or Diddy talk, just boxing. That racist stuff get blocked real quick. Diablo of Dance, that's what I'm saying. Jake Paul, we not trying to hear your Jake Paul stuff. You're corny already at this point. Double O Ninja, hello brother. Double O Ninja, what's up my G? Appreciate you dropping in. JM, know that's a good point. Bud hasn't been attacked to the body like he about to be. That's not a fact. Bud has been attacked to the body many times. Raw Dog, Canelo has upper body movement and strong base with his legs from years of riding horses. Listen, Raw Dog, you're on denial about Canelo. You're talking about Canelo that we saw fighting 5, 6 years ago. The Canelo that we saw fighting against Miguel Cotto. The Canelo that we saw fighting, against Kirkland and all these other guys that he fought years ago. The Canelo that you saw fighting now in the last few fights, he ain't doing all that, man. All that waist movement that you talking about, he ain't doing all that. Yeah, he slipped some punches here and there, but Canelo in his last few fights, he's been more stationary than ever. He doesn't move like that. Diablo Dance, what happened to Errol Spence? I mean, I don't know what happened to Errol Spence. It looks like he said that he's going to come back when he's ready. We don't know if he's going to come back. My personal opinion, he should stay retired. He took too much of a nasty beating at the hands of Terrence Crawford, so I say stay retired. But if he wants to come back, I respect it. Double O, Mr. Ninja, salam alaikum, my brother. The Hydro Grind, can't wait for the next day after the fight. This chat will be wild, bro. This chat gonna be lit. Now, look, the only reason this chat is not gonna be ass lit is because everybody who's saying Canelo's gonna win is gonna stay quiet. They're gonna tune in just to watch other people roasting them. Just to watch other people cooking them, but they're not even gonna talk. JM, why do you think Manny really doing this? Okay, so when I tell you that I feel like Manny Pacquiao is going to win this fight, I like Manny Pacquiao, but it's not just because of that. It's not about me being a fan of his. I tell you, hold on one second. I feel like Manny Pacquiao is going to win this fight because of the different things that I take into consideration. So let me give you an example. Here's what I'm looking at when I make that prediction. Who are the fighters who have won in their 40s? I don't know all of them off the top of my head, but there's George Foreman, a great fighter. There's the Magic Man, Antonio Tarver, a great fighter. There's Bernard Hopkins, another great fighter. In other words, it has been done. People have been able to become world champion in their 40s. But it has to be a great fighter in order to accomplish this feat. Manny Pacquiao. What better candidate in this era than Manny Pacquiao to become one of those fighters to accomplish that feat? Which, by the way, he already did. He already became a champion in his 40s when he beat undefeated reigning champion Keith Thurman. So people are saying, well, it's already been 6 years. We haven't seen Pac-Man, but we saw Bernard Hopkins do it at 51. So why Manny Pacquiao can't do it at 46? So the age is not going to deter me from seeing it in Pacquiao's favor. I'm looking at the skills. So I ask you, JM, skills for skills. Who do you think is better, Manny Pacquiao or Mario Barrios? Skills for skills. Who has the better jab? Who has the better footwork? Who has the faster hands? Who's the better counterpuncher? Who has the overall better ring movement? So skill for skill, Manny Pacquiao is better than Mario Barrios at everything. However, let's not underestimate the fact that Mario Barrios has all of the physical advantages in this fight. The younger fighter, taller, more reach, stronger. All of the physical advantages are in the favor of Mario Barrios. But the skills advantages favor Manny Pacquiao. The experience advantage also favor Manny Pacquiao. That's how I formulate my opinion, my peoples. I'm not just clinging on to one aspect. He's old, that's it. What do you mean that's it? I've seen old fighters do it too. I've seen people that age do it too. So if there's a great fighter who has the opportunity to accomplish history, it's Manny Pacquiao. Luck boxes locks. The Anthony Joshua versus Jake Paul fight needs to happen. I mean, I wish that was just, if it happens as an exhibition, not as a real fight. Because to me, honestly, that's a circus show. That's a circus show. It's a cooking show, a money grab, and it's like I don't really care for it. I'm gonna watch it just like everybody else, but come on, that's a cooking show. Alex Martin, good morning from Cuba. Ooh, Cuba is in the building. Que bola, Cere. Saludo, hermanito mío. Bam. Diablo of Dance, yes, sir. That's what I'm saying. Jake Paul will cook Aunt Joshua. I mean, if it's scripted, if they pay Anthony Joshua a huge bag so he could take a dive and shit, that could happen. They could say, yo, AJ, we're going to give you a nice little bag, and all you got to do is allow Jake Paul to knock you out. You let Jake Paul knock you out, you take your little 50 million and act like Jake Paul the greatest fighter you ever faced. T. Mackin, Dre Ward needs to beat Jake's ass. T. Mackin, there is 0.0000% that Jake Paul step in the ring with Ward. 0%. That's not happening. Why? Because the thing is that Ward retired young. So he's still young. He still beat your ass. He'll beat your ass. I'll put it to you like this, man. Right now, Ward could beat a lot of fighters. Right now. I'm saying, of course, he will have to get in a training camp and all that stuff. But nah. Jake Paul is not getting in there with no Ward, bro. You can forget about that. That's just not that's not happening. With the type of opponents that we've seen Jake Paul fighting, asking for him to face somebody like Ward is like, nah. He ain't falling for that one. Pues yo loco. Está bien, yo ya lo vamos a buscar ahora. You watching? Ooh, that's the black one. I thought that was me. Okay. Está bien, amor. Nosotros vamos. Champ, Canelo stopped 175 pounders. Bro, Canelo stopped 175 pounders. That's in plural. You want to tell me the 175 pounders that Canelo stopped? Because I remember he beat Kovalev, who was like 180 years old. Tell me the names. Don't just give me, yo, champ, don't just say, oh, he stopped 175 pounders. It's all about the details. Tell me the names of the 175 pounders. Come on now. Raw dog, Canelo gifts aren't sized. Trust. See, John Parham, Canelo gives are power, IQ, and chin. I agree. And heart. You forgot heart, John Parham. Canelo got heart. The hybrid grind. Canelo by stoppage. Write my name down. And keep me accountable. Ooh, the hydro grind trying to be kept accountable out here. I feel you, the hydro. Listen. Every week, I'm going to have at least a day where you guys will be able to jump on the live with me and chime in and give your prediction. So you're saying, hey, look, keep me in, hold me accountable. If you're really about that life, I think tomorrow, it's on Tuesday. Next week on Tuesday, you guys will be able to come on the show. Put your face behind your words and say what you got to say and own it when the fight happens. I want you guys to come in here and tell me that Canelo's going to win by knockout. Tell me that Canelo's too big. Tell me that Canelo's too strong. I want you to put your face behind those words so I can hook you on September 14th. Shy Guy, Canelo can stop any bumps at 175, but not the champions. Raw Dog, sending Kovalev to the shadow realm at 5'6" is mind-blowing. Raw Dog, and how old was Kovalev, Raw Dog? How old was Kovalev? You want to tell me that? You see, that's the funny thing about haters. Kovalev was older than, way older than Sean Porter. And you said Sean Porter was washed when Crawford beat him. So Kovalev wasn't washed when Canelo beat him? How does that work? I don't understand. That's all I'm saying. Amir Khan was washed, apparently, when Crawford beat him. Kell Brook was washed when Crawford beat him. Kovalev was older than all them dudes. Why you don't bring up his age, Raw Dog? You only say, oh, he beat a big guy. That's mind-blowing. Yeah, I like that technique. You don't bring up the fact that Kovalev was like 85. Champ, I'll be back to the stream after the fight, too. I hope so, bro. I hope so, champ. I hope so. Because, remember, I'm going to be live during the fight because I'm calling it. And right after the fight, I'm going to stay on live. And we're going to talk about it. And then when I end the live, early in the morning the next day, I'm going to be back at it. But I already know, look, I told you guys yesterday. The same way that Errol Spence fans went into hiding after Spence got pummeled, the people who saying that Crawford is gonna get whooped, that Canelo's going to do him in, they're also going to go into hiding. Everybody see you on September 14th, but we ain't gonna see you all. That's cap. A black and a red. Champ, you need to take our names down. I mean, listen. If you really want to stand on it, bro, on Tuesday, I'm going to send a link, and whoever want to stand on it, jump on the live with me and stand on what you got to say. That way, on September 14th, I'm going to play your video of your prediction. And we're going to see whether you was right or wrong. You see, that's the beauty of jumping on the live with me. People be scared, for whatever reason. I don't know, maybe they camera shy or whatever. But you know what's the beauty of jumping on the live? That on September 14th, whatever you predicted, I'm going to play that video. If you was right, your prediction is going to look good. If you was wrong, your prediction is going to look goofy as hell. You feel sure that Canelo's going to win? Canelo's going to too big, too strong? Jump on the show and make your prediction. Put your face where your mouth is, where your words. Put your face behind your words. Not on the chat where you could just say whatever you want. This chat is going to disappear. Once I finish this live, the chat disappeared and it's gone. But if you jump on the line and with your own mouth make your prediction, you can't take that back. You can't disappear for 2 months and then reemerge talking about, yeah, I knew Canelo was gonna win. I already know that. I knew Crawford was gonna win. You can't do that. Champ, I just think you disregard size a lot. Jay Smith. So, Champ, let me tell you something. It's not that I disregard size a lot. I think you actually disregard size a lot. You know why? Because when I look at size, I'm analyzing everything. When you're looking at size, you're just looking at it's 2 divisions and that's it. You guys are being close-minded because all you're looking at is 2 divisions and that's it. He's bigger and that's it. But look at the difference between the way you're comparing size versus the way I'm comparing it. You're just looking at 2 divisions and that's it. He's been fighting on 2 divisions and that's it. But look at what I'm looking at. Number 1, Terrence Crawford been walking around weighing 185 pounds. And not as walk around weight like I'm just walking around. This guy bulked up to 185 pounds. You know what I mean by bulk, right? I'm talking about gain weight, drinking protein, eating the right diets, lifting weights, and doing certain exercises to bulk up in muscle, okay? Crawford gained muscle mass up to 185 pounds. When Canelo Alvarez was weighing 168 versus William Skull, Terrence Crawford was weighing 185. So that means the day that Canelo Alvarez fought William Skull, Terrence Crawford outweighed him by almost 20 pounds. Terrence Crawford was almost 20 pounds heavier than Canelo, taller and longer than Canelo. So all I'm telling you is that you guys could never be more wrong about the way that you're assessing the size difference between Canelo and Crawford. It's not gonna be as much as you think. Why? Because Crawford has been walking around heavier than Canelo. He's gonna cut down in weight. He's gonna cut close to 20 pounds to make 168. You guys are acting like he's moving up to 154. You have this mindset like he's at 154 and he's moving up now to 168. You're not understanding that this dude, this athletic guy, this elite level athlete who's been in great condition his whole life, this gym rat is walking around bulked at 185. And if you don't accept that, where he's already posted images of him weighing 185, looking bulked, strong as hell. If you don't accept that, I also need you to accept the physical advantages that that Crawford has over Canelo. Height and reach. A longer reach than Dimitri Bivol. So are you telling me that I'm underestimating size? My brother, I'm telling you, you're severely underestimating Crawford's reach advantage. That's a physical advantage. Being taller and being longer is a physical advantage. You see, when it comes to strength, that's an opinion. You don't really know who's stronger. You don't really know if Canelo is going to be the stronger guy in the ring that night. You can have an opinion, that's cool. But who's taller and who has a longer reach, that's not up to opinion, that's a fact. So when you're telling me that I'm underestimating the size, I'm not, my brother. It's actually you underestimating the size because you're not analyzing all of the aspects that are going around about it. You're just saying Canelo 168, Crawford 154. Oh my God, too little. Oh my God, it's too little. It's two divisions. But you're not looking. We saw Terrence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez face each other, my brother, during the press conferences. We saw them face to face multiple times. There wasn't a single face-off where you could honestly look at me in the eyes and tell me Canelo looked bigger than Crawford. So who's really underestimating size? Y'all who think that Canelo's way too big, even though you saw the video and they look about the same size, or me who analyzed Terrence Crawford's size leading up to the fight and what he looks in front of Canelo. So I'm not underestimating size and weight at all. I actually analyze all of the different aspects about it to come to a conclusion. As opposed to, nah, it's two divisions. He's too big, and he's too small. When we already seen people, Sugar Ray Leonard moved up two divisions and became a world champion, in case you didn't know. And multiple fighters have actually done it. Terrence Crawford will not be the first fighter to move up two divisions and win a title. He's not going to be the first one to do it. So y'all acting number one, like Canelo never lost when he got his ass whooped twice already. And y'all acting like nobody ever jumped up two divisions and won a title when that has also been done. So the two things that you're acting like can't happen have already happened, my peoples. I'm an analyst. I don't go by emotions. If I analyze the data and the results that come back tell me that Canelo is going to whoop Crawford, I would have told you that. That's what I need you to understand. I'm not rocking with Terrence Crawford because that's my favorite fighter. I don't do those, my people. When I make my pick, I tell you who I think is going to win. Simple as that. So that's what I want you to understand, my peoples. I'm not making my pick because look at Canelo Alvarez. You're making the argument that he cannot lose to Crawford because Crawford don't have power. But Floyd Mayweather is not a power puncher. Dimitri Bivol is not a power puncher. These are not knockout artists. They outboxed him. When people say, no, because Dimitri Bivol at 175, he's too big. I want you to think about this. Did you see Dimitri Bivol putting his weight on Canelo? Do you see Dimitri Bivol clinching or pushing him around or bullying him? No. Dimitri Bivol used his boxing skills on him. He used his height and reach on Canelo. That's what he did. So why would we think that Crawford cannot use that same height and reach advantage to put hands on Canelo? You see? So we've seen Canelo lose and made to look bad, made to look average. We've seen it. We have seen it. Champ, Floyd has a better jab than Crawford, to be honest. Champ, you and I both know that that is an opinion. You're injecting your opinion to go against Crawford. You can do that. You're entitled to that. But that's just an opinion. Diablo of Dance. Ray Leonard was a 5-division champion. Manny Pacquiao was an 8-division champion. But that's irrelevant for this fight. Diablo of Dance. The only person that I see... Oh, damn, you really like Jake Paul. Champ, it's the jab, Jay Smith. The jab. I mean, that's your opinion, my brother. Terrence Crawford got a great jab. He got a great jab. He has a better and longer jab. He's gonna out-jab the shit out of Canelo. What does it matter that Floyd got a better jab when Bud is gonna jab the shit out of him? That long-ass jab, you're gonna see that shit all night. You're gonna see Canelo getting jabbed in the face, in the mouth, in the nose, in the eyeballs. Come on, man. Floyd Mayweather jab is going to be irrelevant for this fight. What the pongo? Hold on, give me a second, my peoples. I gotta get the cartoons for my son. I gotta get the cartoons for my son. Shy Guy, Manny went up against a giant and became 8th division. I think Canelo and Bud size are comparable. That's what I'm saying. Like, people goofy. Like, the funny thing about Terrence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez, that we've already seen them go face to face. Canelo doesn't look big at all in front of Crawford, at all. It shouldn't even be a conversation, my people. It shouldn't even be a conversation. El fantasma de Geraldo Leden, Jay Smith, tiene esto encendido. You know how it be, my brother. We doing it. That's how we do. Y'all know, my people, this is Boxing for Breakfast, where you get your healthy dosage of sweet science early in the morning. You know it. Tonight, I made my prediction earlier for those of you who didn't see it. Manny Pacquiao is going to pull it off. Manny Pacquiao is going to make history. That's it. That's it. I just got a feeling that he's going. Oh, you want to see Ninja Turtles? Which one you want to see? That one? Which one, Ryan? I can't hear you. That one? That one? That one? You don't want to see none of those? Yo, listen, man. You ever try to find the right cartoons for a 3-year-old? Not. Oh, wait a minute. Nah, I'm gonna put the cartoons on TV for you. Hold on, man. Hold on. Now I know what cartoons you're gonna watch. T. Mackin, Sue versus Fundora. Whoa. Listen. When it comes to Tim Tszyu versus Sebastian Fundora. When it comes to Tim Tszyu versus Sebastian Fundora. The first fight, I didn't even make a prediction because I really like both of those guys, man. They're both amongst my favorite fighters. This time around, I decided to make a prediction. I say it is a 50-50 fight. Espérate, yo te lo voy a cambiar ahora, Ryan. Yo te lo voy a cambiar ahora mismo. Te lo cambio ahora. I say it's a 50-50 fight, but I'm leaning towards Tim Tszyu. I'm going to change it right now. I'm leaning towards Tim Tszyu. And here's why. If you remember the first fight, Tim was actually putting hands on Sebastian before he got tapped, before he got hit with that accidental elbow that, led to him bleeding all over his face for like 8 rounds. The elbow happened, was it in the 4th? Can't remember when it happened, but it was early on. And he was just never able to be the same. When you're wiping blood out of your eyes for most of the fight, you're in a tough situation. So I believe Tim Tszyu has what it takes to beat Sebastian Fundora. Although, like I said, it's a 50-50 fight because Fundora, he got the power, he got the height, he got the reach, he got the boxing IQ. Fundora's a guy that can fight, man, that can box. He can box you. Ryan, pero espera que lo estoy buscando. Déjame buscarlo, mijo. Let me find it. Which one you want to watch? What's the name of the cartoons you want to watch? Tell me the name so I can find it. Superman? Spider-Man? You want to see Spider-Man? Let me get you Spider-Man that you should have told me. I don't know which Spider-Man is that. I'm going to look for the Spider-Man movie so you can pick one. Hold on, my people. My son want to watch Spider-Man. Chan, Ryan don't like that cartoon, man. He be wild. He be very specific with the cartoons he want to watch. So y'all know it, my peoples. This is another episode of Boxing for Breakfast. We talking boxing. Tonight, these fights is all Manny Pacquiao, Mario Barrios, and Tim Tszyu and Sebastian Fundora, man. That's a fight that I've really been looking forward to. Just because Tim Tszyu lost a couple of times, that doesn't mean that he's not going to be able to become a world champion. He does have a chip on his shoulder, for sure. But I told y'all, man, I'm edging towards Tim Tszyu winning tonight. That's how I see it. Juan Ocasio, Spidey and Friends, man, he don't be liking those cartoons. He be liking them sometimes, and most of the time he don't want to see it. Ryan, okay, I got it. We're going to watch this one. There we go. Boom. Boom, Travel the Universe. Now, look. I'll be hooking my son up with the ill cartoons. Look what Ryan going to be watching, y'all. Look what he going to be watching, my peoples. Champ. Oh yeah. Isn't the heavyweights on tonight? I think so. I'm not sure. Hold on, you wait till you see which one it is. Pee-wee Big Adventures. Oh nah. He not into that kind of stuff. Ryan he likes action cartoons. He likes cartoons where people are flying and hold on, I'm gonna change it right now. We on some Marvel shit going on over here. Champ, Usyk versus Dubois in 7 hours. Yo, Champ, I really, really appreciate you for that, my brother. Thank you. Champ, that's why the boxer and the family comes together. We look out for one another. Champ, I'm supposed to be calling that fight. And I thought it was going to be like at 9 o'clock at night. So had you not told me that, I may have even missed it. So I appreciate you, champ. Shy guy, Paw Patrol. He like Paw Patrol. He sometimes, matter of fact, he even got a Paw Patrol book bag over there somewhere. T Mackin, he can see himself as a superhero. Reps us. Yo, Spider-Man, Superman, Batman, he like all them superheroes. Let me see who Ryan, let's tell the people, who you think is better? Spider-Man or Superman? Who you like better? You like Superman better? Or Spider-Man? He likes Spider-Man better. Ooh, Captain Planet. Raw dog. Boy, him the Spider-Man outfit. Buy him the Spider-Man outfit. He already got it. He already got one. T Mac and Miles Morales. You see it. You see it, man. That's his joint right there. That's his joint right there. T Mac and new Captain Planet coming out too. Gotta check it out. Guys, to check it out. And then the people's my age. Listen, if you my age, I'm gonna tell you like this. For the youngins, y'all missed out on some great cartoons. If you're in my age, if you was born, like if you're in your 40s, you got to watch some fire cartoons, man. I got to, my peoples, Thundercats. I got to watch that. Got to watch the Thundercats. Voltron. Got to watch that. The original Transformers. I got to watch that, bro. Back then, the cartoon. Oh my God. Y'all remember Cobra? Y'all remember G.I. Joe? Cobra! La 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 la. That was that joint right there, man. I don't even know why. When I was like 10 years old and I used to hear Cobra! La 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 la. Yo, I used to get mad hyped. Man hyped. G.I. Joe was that joint. Thundercats. Voltron. Come on, man. Back then. Ooh, the Bionic 6. Silverhawk. Yo, back then we had some cartoons, my people. And I know some of y'all was watching the Care Bears. Don't front. Y'all was watching the Care Bears. And gemming the holograms. Don't be fronting. JJ's in the house. Yes. Missed out on good cartoons, J. Smith. I'm 52. T Mac and Robot Samurai. Ooh, Tailspin. Wait a minute. Don't be putting no dirt on Tailspin. I'm going to tell you right now, man. I grew up on Tailspin. Don't be playing with. And DuckTales. Yo, I'm going to tell y'all right now, B. Don't be playing with my mans in the way. Monterey Jack. Gadget. Simon. Theodore. Don't be playing with them peoples. Rescue Rangers. Come on now. Come on now. DuckTales. Oh, Heathcliff. Ooh, it's so classic there. Heathcliff. Yo, my peoples, y'all got to keep it real, man. Back then, we had some cartoons, man. We had some serious banging cartoons. You know what it is? That back then, the cartoons was more about, they focused more about being fun, about having fun. That they got more complex and more violent and more, but back then, it was more just fun. Ooh, the Pink Panther. Telling you, my peoples, if you're in your 40s You enjoy the golden era of cartoons. We had the best cartoons. Shit got corny after that. Too crazy. Too wild. Garfield. Ooh. My brother, how I'm gonna slip on Darkwing Duck? That was my joint right there. Darkwing Duck. Let's get dangerous. He had his psychic was Launchpad McQuack. Come on now. El Fantasma. Hanna Barbera. Nah, I don't know what that was, my brother. I missed those. What happened? What happened? ¿Dónde está? Siéntate ahí, ven. Ugh. So my peoples, Darkwing Duck, I'm telling you, Darkwing Duck was my joy. Let's get dangerous. My peoples, I'm about to finish this live, but before I do, I want to get, hold on, right? You want to watch another one? I'm about to finish this live, my peoples, but before I do, I want to give a shout out to everybody who tuned in. We over here watching Miles Morales. He want to watch another cartoon, so now I'm going to have to switch this one and find a different one. So he just watched Spider-Man for like maybe 5 minutes and he want to watch something else now. But my peoples, before I finish this show, I want to say, yo, salute to everybody who tuned in. I appreciate you guys. I hope you guys enjoy the show. And, yo, Punchlines dropped yesterday. Watch it, my peoples. I promise you. This is a different type of show. You're going to enjoy Punchlines. Brought to you by Box Center, Mr. KO, Jay Smith. We're debating. We're talking boxing about the best fights, the best upcoming matchups. Don't miss out on Punchlines. It's going to be Fridays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time live. Don't miss it, my people. The first episode drop. Go watch it. You're going to enjoy the show. I promise you. Yo, I'm out of here, man. Enjoy the rest of your day. And I'm going to see y'all later. Remember, I'm going to be doing Usyk versus Dubois. I'm calling the fight. Y'all know it. Devastating blows are going to be out in full force tonight. I'm going to see you later, my peoples. Bam. We out of here.